Nyantechwa maybe am discover for Europe akoma busuafo for Ghana no me use tap send no fee mobile money transfer easy convenient fast and sounds so free won't you she me discover ye mapim tap send Intienne also download the tap send app no ever mobile phone so free na first ka komo busuafo for Ghana fa na nyina tap send papa no
check now, check it, check it. That beat is real, don't wait make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Sugar level for check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Emre tudo nani etena ka mu kwantin akotonyo mabegu ye shop mu se ubenya ni nyina ofako enno so ya asem foforo owo so to mfa ko sika swane ne mpatamu anase achimota lapa se kosi nsawam. Jimmy Dale is your one-stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers. Safa drinks, insure, enyane anase ade bia wo pebia. So wo koton ko ade a ene bebia wo se wutu a eye Jimmy Dale. You can locate Jimmy Dale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto or call us now on 0208-920-996. Jimmy Dale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
Yes, September to remember. A Becca group of companies and a Sammy Flex TV presents September to Remember Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Dubai. Who was up tour most of the interesting places be over Dubai. Set Desert Safari, Dubai Free, Atlantis Water Park, Dubai City Tour, Yacht Party because now for your so a party in the club. And to tell a friend says September to Remember Dubai tour with Sammy Flex from the 28th of September to 4th October 2022. For reservation friend 0243-514-732 and now friend +971-55-949-4061. September to Remember Dubai tour with Sammy Flex birthday. Come let's go Dubai. Proudly sponsored by Sankofa Restaurant. Taste Africa.
Money be
just sing again. I young tea. I make them know say this a new year day.
YTM on the beat.
Oh, the one king again. Tell them, make them work this new year. Another new year, no work boko. Hey, Jack and you back belly, get conclude. No about you no care paradise. Nobody knows tomorrow. Another new year, no work boko. Hey, Jack and you back belly, get conclude. No about you no care paradise. Nobody knows tomorrow. Another brand new year. When you dream, got to believe because this dream I feel achieve. Try it on, tell them again. Me want say that was from the hill. And you say we not go make it, tell them we are go make it. Another brand new year. When you dream, got to believe because this dream I feel achieve. Try it on, tell them again. Me want say that was from the hill. And you say we not go make it, tell them we are go make it. Another new year this. Last year is gone, so let bygone be bygone. Get a whole set of goals, have ambition. Get a subject with a vision. We say we not gonna make it. Fire burn the obia man, who no one sit there. You them drop on the asphalt, so we tell them this. This year we go all out, we never watch back. All of the mistakes we do last year, we correct them, so we not go repeat it again. This year we moving to win, and thank God with the life that He give we. Another brand new year. When you dream, got to believe because this dream I feel achieve. Try it on, tell them again. Me want say that was from the hill. And you say we not go make it, tell them we are go make it. Another brand new year. When you dream, got to believe. Another new year, no work boko. Hey Jack and you go back belly, get conclude. No about you no care paradise. Nobody knows tomorrow. Another new year, no work boko. Hey Jack and you go back belly, get conclude. No about you no care paradise. Nobody knows tomorrow. Another brand new year. When you dream, got to believe because this dream I feel achieve. Try it on, tell them again. Me want say that was from the hill. I know say we not go make it, tell them we are go make it. Another brand new year. When you dream, got to believe.
And if you are here, you should know that we are doing this with you on a Friday evening. Ladies and gentlemen, are seeing for us to interact with you to wrap up the week in a very beautiful way, more stylish, more informative, more education, and more entertainment as well. My name is Sammy Flex. Welcome, and I still have the team here on your screens already. I believe you can see Roland Amate. Roland is a blogger, Roland is an events person, and he is a promoter as well as a talent manager as well. And in the middle, I have Nana Reagan, aka Beef Nation President. He is also a promoter, talent manager, events person, and a writer as well. And at the extreme, yeah, I believe you've seen Chemo with his laptop. So you know the code already. Anytime you see Chemo with his laptop, then you should know the code. You don't have to break the bro code because Chemo is here with his laptop, and he is also our online manager, digital content strategist, and also one of our partners here on Showbiz Daily Live on Sammy Flex TV. And let me also say big ups to team Jackie Boatin and Nana B. Hey, I have to call Nana B. Today is Friday. Let's see where he is to link up with him and give him a warm welcome as usual. And Digital Rasta Currency is on camera. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show, and I also have Emmanuel Fowila PG, who is the producer of the show, with Gideon Neelam Tesen as our creative director. The team is set, all is well, and have to go hard as usual. So welcome, and remember I will be reading your comments, so drop them. I want you to be part of the show. We have some interesting lineup today, and I would want you to be part of it at all costs. Already, Fidelis Osara is online, and he's bringing us greetings from US of A, I think Oregon State. And Rich Lip is also here. He says hello everyone and every two. Philip, hope you're good, Rich Lip. Yeah, one of our controversial fans. Very, very controversial. He came to Ghana, we never saw him, but that is fine. He is also somewhere in the States. It seems our fans in the States, they are so huge. And we have a big celebration to do. A big celebration because one of our own, out of this platform, out of our efforts in entertaining people, educating them and giving them information, we have been able to get a good deal out of what we do here. And in fact, like they say, if you work hard, surely your benefits will come from the hard work. Or like they say, anytime you are able to sow, you are always ready to reap. And one of our men sowed, and today we are so happy to announce that maybe it is a time to reap. It will get to your time and you also get your own share of the cake. So just take it cool, keep working hard. Your recognition is on the way coming. So we are announcing that officially Kojo King has been signed by a record label in US of A called Greenville Music, or Greenville Record. Okay, that's the right name. Greenville Record, that is the right name. And they have seen Kojo's interest to push his music to the top, and they want to support his career. They want to do business with him, and that is what we are going to let you guys know. So from today, we are doing the official signing of relax. So from today, we are doing the official signing of Kojo King onto a record label based in the US of A, that is Greenville Records, and the CEO is Nash, aka Nash. Let me call him Nash for short. I call him Nash Dean, so you can also call him Nash, and we are good, Nuruddin. So thanks, Nashiru Nuruddin. God bless you for supporting the talent in Kojo King and coming forward to support him. Now, because he says today is the official signing, that is the on paper signing, we are going to launch the label proper. We will be launching the label and the artist and his works at a later date. But today is the official signing. So it says, bro, it's a pen and do some 1 or 2 popping. So Roland, show them that we popping things. Yeah.
This one we pour.
I want them to see that it is
This is one.
Justin again, a young T. I make them know say this a new year day.
YTM on the beat.
Sitting, get together with the men here, and it is going to be a good one. So me Nete has also joined us, and that feels good to know that all our favorite people are on the line. Guys, welcome. Let's go straight to business. I would want to read a story about Reggie Rockstone. I would want to read a story about Reggie Rockstone, and that is how we are going to start today's edition of Showbiz Day. Reggie Rockstone will be celebrating his birthday on 11th of April, and I'm sure the next birthday will be coming off next year, 2023. And today, 9th September, a gentleman has written a story that I would want us to review. ShinePublications.com. That is the name of the website, ShinePublications.com. It says, make 11th April Hip Life Day in honor of Reggie Rockstone. Make 11th April Hip Life Day in honor of Reggie Rockstone. And the story says, the biggest voluntary youth movement in Ghana till date has been Hip Life, with its root in hip hop culture. It captivated the Ghanaian youth in the 90s with rapper Reggie Rockstone carrying the torch. This musical phenomenon has given us hope, employment, and a sense of direction to many young people in Ghana, and it continues to do so. This is why we say Hip Life Day should be inaugurated and observed as a statutory public holiday in Ghana. Then I said. supporting us. I'm supporting on this statutory public holiday in Ghana. Well, okay, just to be supporting. Now the story says it wasn't easy bulldozing your way through the thick forest of Ghanaian traditional music to bring something new. Back then, even rap music was seen as foreign and therefore an alien to Ghanaian ears. But after its introduction by Jedouble Ambole, it created a buzz among some Ghanaian music lovers. However, this buzz was not enough to whip up interest across many youth-populated areas. Hence, there was the need for something stronger, that is hip life. Reggie Rockstone then brought the revolution. He surfaced with an image that was unique and attractive to the youth. Already, the youth in Ghana were jamming to many foreign songs, and so they knew many American hip-hop musicians, but they couldn't really relate to everything they talked about in their songs. From gangsterism to the challenges of racism, most of them just enjoyed it as entertainment, from rhymes to the dress code. So Reggie Rockstone localized hip-hop by introducing the same rhyme patterns, breakdancing techniques, and fashion sense, in order to also get some of the older folks on board and the critics who labeled his music as an American copycat. He named it Hip Life, adding the hip, which represented the youthful nature of the music, to the traditional highlight music. He also changed the lyrics from the traditional content of most hip-hop songs to issues Ghanaians could relate to. He used Ghanaian terms and even the most popular Ghanaian dialectry to get his messages across. Reggie Rockstone was full of energy and the youth responded massively to him. Therefore, looking back at what many enjoy today as hip life music and the struggles but persistent efforts Reggie Rockstone put to bringing this musical blessing to life, it is only right that we name his birthday, 11th April, as the birthday of Ghana's biggest voluntary youth movement known as Hip Life. This will do two things: honor a legacy of a proud Ghanaian who has positively impacted his country, and also celebrate the youth of Ghana, since hip life music continues to be an inspiration to many young people. So the writer of this story is called Jerry Wonder. Jerry Wonder wrote this particular story, and according to Jerry Wonder, 11th April, which happens to be the birthday of Reggie Rockstone, we should call it Hip Life Day in Ghana. Beyond calling it Hip Life Day in Ghana, we should also make it a statutory public holiday. Hey, well, Roland Amate will start this because he is very close to me. Ro, the gentleman has written something good. As a matter of fact, I enjoyed reading, and I want your honest opinion on this. What do you think about what the gentleman is saying?
Let's say a very welcome to our viewers and everybody who is watching. First, I think this is a very good piece. Okay. The guy has shared a very brilliant opinion, which I support. I think I support, but there are some one or two that I would want to omit from what he said. Okay. That is, if we can review it, I would want us to review. The first one would have to be the public holiday that he stated. Okay. You see, it is very difficult, and it is almost impossible for you to try such an adventure. Okay. I'm calling it an adventure because you would have to. There are so many processes or so many things. The checklist, the boxes that you would have to check before there are plenty. They approve such an adventure is so much that you would go through so many things, and I don't think that, based on even the explanations that he gave, it can even warrant such how do you call it, an honor. Yes, an honor for the whole country to go on a holiday. Because we ask ourselves, yes, this is something that was revolutionary. It is something that brought positive change to Ghanaian music. But then, how did it affect the whole community, or like the whole country? That is where some people would even have the chance of bringing other stuff that even were more popular or more bigger than even what the hip life, the guy is trying to push. That notwithstanding, I think it's a very good idea. I, for one, support the fact that we should bring hip life back. You know, the Nigerians have documented Afrobeat, and we don't understand. We want to still challenge them. That fight has been long lost, long time. Like we should let go. If somebody is still thinking about getting Afrobeat to Ghana, they should forget.
You've lost it.
We've lost it totally. And the only thing that we can proudly hit our chest is the hip life and the high life, which we know hip life is just an upgrade of the high life and the hip hop culture. It's just a combination of these two. So if we've been able to coin something like this, just like the way they are saying Fela Kuti coined Afrobeat out of the African music, definitely this gives us a chance to also push something to the world. Let them know that yes, we've also been able to invent something, which is the hip life. Yes, there are some elements of other people's sound in there, alright, but this is something that we made ourselves. The fact that somebody grows rice in their country doesn't mean it belongs to them. We can also grow some here and even cook Ghana jollof with it and call it Ghana jollof. So it is a step in the right direction. Now, the other thing has to do with the date in particular that he wants us to celebrate. We've seen the debate. We know the debate that went on, that is even going on when it comes to who actually holds the torch to hip life. Where there's that debate between Reggie Rockstone and Obrafo.
Obrafo?
Yes, I heard there were some debates about Reggie Rockstone and Obrafo.
No, even if it was with someone, not Obrafo.
No. Okay.
It can be Obrafo.
No.
So for the particular,
I know that there has been that debate, but it was not with Obrafo. So there are other guys whose names have been mentioned.
So
but Obrafo there.
So if they want to choose a particular date to celebrate, it wouldn't be bad for us to use the birthday.
Some of the names have been Zap Mallet. I think
Sydney.
Panji.
Sydney.
Those people, for Obrafo now.
So this all will bring people's conversation in there as to why they should choose the birthday of the legend Reggie Rockstone. So yes, we can, if we can't even find we can't even use his birthday, that is his date of birth, we can equally find a very suitable day which has some beautiful meaning in our Ghanaian music industry that we can use to celebrate that hip life journey or hip life legacy. Because this is something that, yes, it would also be another form of celebrating our own and also pushing it to the world. So I think it is a brilliant idea. Just about one or two things that I object to. Other than that, it is something that I support fully, and I think we should go ahead with it.
All right. Flex is giving us greetings, and she says hello. Fidelis Osara says, Kojo King. Okay, Kojo King. His songs on Apple Music. No, Kojo's songs are not out yet. Like I said, we will actually unveil the label. We will do the proper launch later in the year, somewhere in October, I'm sure. And that is when you guys will get the opportunity to listen to Kojo's songs. Gideon Gwadi said, what up, guys? You are all looking fresh. Charlie, thanks, man. The day has been full of pressure, too. And Flex says, good evening, lovely people of Sammy Flex TV. Frederick Apia is here. And he says, good evening, everyone. Rich Lip is here. He says, very soon, all the days of the calendar in the year will be public holidays, but yet the country wants to develop. Some GH people just don't like to work, but you want to always party. You work hard and you party hard. I agree. And Augustino says, good evening, everyone. Tilly Owusu says, hi, everyone. And Gideon Body says, we live, yeah? I know Gideon there. Oh, you call live any there. Okay, Nana, come through. What do you think about Jerry Wonder's proposal?
It is not a bad proposal. Just that I also don't like some of his suggestions, especially with the holiday bit. I think we can still celebrate Reggie Rockstone in the name of hip life without, announcing a public holiday or anything of that sort. I remember when I was in with GN Group. Is it veteran? We were celebrating something. I don't know if it's Veterans Day or something where all the staffs will wear a badge, some red and black badge like that, to just put out a statement that yes, today we want to honor and celebrate these veterans and all of that, but we are still working. We will still be in our offices working, but everybody, any department that you will enter, you will see that people are wearing the badge just to, you know, make that statement. So yes, we can still celebrate Reggie. I agree with the fact that we should celebrate him or honor him in that regard. Yes. So we should do that without maybe putting pressure on Parliament or government to make it a public holiday for people to just rest, because other people too might not might not see the importance, because they are also working to, you know, feed the family. And if we are going to declare a public holiday all because Hip Life was, you know, was championed by Reggie Rockstone, it will be some way. It is very important that we honor people like Reggie Rockstone, at least for their contributions in our music space. So yes, if we have to find a way, maybe we should sit around a round table and then discuss or come up with ideas that we can really celebrate it. I for one, am for even finding a day that we can celebrate the high life and hip life genre in particular. Because I think that we are still not holding it in high esteem and making people feel the importance or the essence of the two genres and how we are related to it and how we are making identifying ourselves with it. So if we could do something, maybe we should find a day that we will celebrate hip life in any of our months. Let's celebrate. It could be in April, just to relate it to Reggie Rockstone's birth month, just to put out that symbol that okay, he was the one that was holding the torch and he has done so and so for hip life music. So we just want to, in that line, honor him as well. So let's celebrate. Let's make it a bigger umbrella, because you know Ghanaians, they have that attitude. At the moment you will put everything in the name of Reggie Rockstone, some people will not want to be part with it. We know our people, especially industry people. So let's make it in a way that everybody would love to be part of it. And the best way, in my opinion, is, you know, championing the hip life agenda, pushing. And I know Reggie himself would love that better than, you know, putting him up and saying you are going to declare a public holiday because of Reggie Rockstone's contribution in hip life music. So let's celebrate him. Let's honor him. It is very, very. In fact, if you're a country and you are not honoring or celebrating your legends and veterans, it tells where you are going. It tells how you've lost certain things. So let's celebrate such people once they are alive. Let's do that due honors and give them the best of celebrations that they deserve. So I agree with him. I mean, just that, like I said, that particular holiday, it was statutory holiday thing. It will be difficult. I don't see the need.
All right, so let's welcome some more people onto the show now. And Gideon Body says, what is Chemo looking at on the laptop? Kwesi Ayefe, aka Bernard Kuban, says, Powder Nation in the house. Today you are the Powder Nation. Now Tilio says, guys, hit the like button. Kwesi Ayefe, Kuban says, Chemo in the wisdom box. Augustino, big shout outs to you. And Kwesi Ayefe says, Charlie Rowe, you look dapper, man. Rita Sewa says, good evening, everyone. Rich says, we should just leave it to Dr. Ewan to take care of that. Amua Lassie says, I agree with Nana Reagan. Fidelis Osara says, if the songs come out, I'll be the first to listen to it. I know you have been a supporter of what we do here, Fidelis. God bless you so much. Now, Gideon Body says, I love the idea. I believe that it is momentous enough that we can make it a public holiday. Think about the numerous of youth hip life has created employment for. It is a tremendous accomplishment. Fidelis Osara says, this one is for Kojo. Hopefully the song will hit top 10 on Apple Play. If not, I'll critique it with passion. Hey, Kojo, now Gideon Wade says, the struggles public scrutiny and ridicule he faced when he produced this concept of genre. Okay, and Kwesi Ayefe says, only Flex Entertainment can think out of the box and bring out such a wonderful course. Okay, Chabo, what do you also say to this?
Yeah, I agree with him, but I think he pushed it beyond what he can get or what many people will agree with him. After mentioning that we should honor him, I think that was good enough. And then giving good points to support that idea, I mean, it was good enough, but to take it to the next step of making it a public holiday, more like getting a legal backing for people to celebrate the day is too much. But I agree with him that looking at what he has done, even while there's still a debate on it whether he's the one who brought it here or it was here already and he came and do or blah blah blah. But at least we can agree that the name Hip Life was mentioned in one of his songs, and nobody is now disputing that fact. So we can still give it to him as the originator of Hip Life. So I agree with the guy that we should honor him by making it a public holiday. No, we should just honor him. Just mention that that day we will honor Reggie Rockstone, and whoever, if anybody at all has something that they want to do to appreciate him, why not? Maybe somebody can decide to organize concert on that day. We can do seminar that we will talk to people about the Reggie Rockstone and what he has done in the music industry. Somebody, private organization with a little funding can also even premiere his documentary on TVs or radio. We can discuss it on that day, say something about it for new guys coming up, the kids or the new generation to also hear about Reggie Rockstone and what he did. It's a motivation also for the kids to know that when they do something good or when they push to bring something out, one day they will get their honor or they will get their due. People will celebrate them based on that. I think it's a good idea by making it a statutory holiday. No, I disagree on that.
Okay, so I want to ask that what has Reggie himself done beyond we giving that recognition that he introduced or invented Hip Life? What has he himself done to make a certain day special for Hip Life? I don't know if I'm asking it right. What has he done himself to? Because I know sometimes, okay, let me give credit to like Hits FM or Multimedia. I think they have a month called Hip Life Month or something where they do, I think either Ghana songs or Hip Life something month. And that month it is only Ghana songs or maybe Hip Life songs or High Life songs only. So Reggie Rockstone, in his attempt to influence us to do something like that, has he himself done something? Maybe on his birthday he does some Hip Life lectures, Hip Life something, Hip Life party because it's my birthday. Has he done something like that we know of?
Not really, but I don't think it's necessary. I mean, you can't be a judge in your own court. You always win the case anyway. So I think we should rather think of it
in this case, not him saying we should do something for him. Like when it is his birthday, he can say, "Oh, today is my birthday. I'm doing the Hip Life party."
Something the name of.
I think he's been organized. He has said it before that he doesn't go to funerals, and a lot of other things that he doesn't do, but he celebrates certain things. So I think for his birthday, anytime it is his birthday, he has his own way of celebrating it. And that one, if nobody or if we are not thinking that, I think he deserves more than what he would do as a person. I don't think there's a need for him to do anything. He should just be himself, do his thing until we recognize or somebody like the gentleman writing this nice piece to say that no, this guy, he deserves it. So those who agree with this piece should just lobby for it, or we should just push that people who can really do something. I mean, this one, it shouldn't be more like government should do this, government. No, the people in the industry, if we think that Reggie Rockstone has done enough to get and he deserves an honor, we should come to consensus and then do something for him. That I think that one would be okay than him even doing something to influence us to do it. No.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should come from individuals, and it should be a genuine initiative coming from somebody, but not more like somebody trying to.
I also think he's done enough. He's done enough, and also considering the kind of politics that surrounds this whole conversation of hip life, I don't think he has the strength and the time to go through all that in order to champion some of these causes. It is up to the people to know that, okay, we've gotten to a level where we need to celebrate this person, or we need to celebrate this group of people. And it is not somebody that has to, yes, it has to come from somebody, but it shouldn't come from the people that we want to celebrate. They shouldn't be the ones calling for us to come and celebrate them. But if we genuinely appreciate and love what they did, the dues they paid in the industry, yes, of course, we should be able to come to one agreement and say that, okay, on this day, we want to, regardless of probably other people's opinions and differences, we still want to choose this particular day to celebrate this group of people.
Well, I still think that he can do something to stamp the hip life thing in our space, because if it is not for him to influence anybody to come and celebrate him, but even as we speak, if you compare hip life to the other genres, you will know that hip life is a bit smoky now. So if out of nowhere, Reggie Rockstone has an activity that will always make hip life part of all the genres that we always enjoy and other things like that, I mean, it will be good. Knowing him that he is one of the symbols that, champion this thing. If he has an activity, let's say within the year, just one hip life party, that when it gets to that month, everybody will know, okay, when it's September, there's a hip life party, and it is being championed by Reggie Rockstone. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it also adds up to even his CV and his that recognition book that we have to give him.
Well, that is what my panel members have to say. What do you also want to add? Feel free and let's do so. And okay, Kwesi IFS says only Flex Entertainment can think out of the box and bring out such a wonderful course. Nete says you guys are very intelligent with a fire emoji. Kwesi IFS comes again to say this is the platform where talents and legends are celebrated and honored. Gideon Body says I need clarification from the panelists. Are they saying the process of making it a holiday is too difficult, so it shouldn't be done, or they don't believe it is right to make it a public holiday? Clarify it. Okay. And Rich says Fela Self doesn't have a holiday to his name in Nigeria, but Fela has a celebration.
Yeah,
that is the celebration. So
you can
still have that.
The point is,
and that is where I was driving at earlier.
Yes,
that has
Reggie
himself, because the celebration was part of Fela's heritage.
Yes,
like it was something that he also started.
Yes, but that one, it was more like a show that like what Stonebwoy is doing now.
Yes, like of course. Yes, that's exactly what we are calling. That's
so
exactly
in that case, it still wouldn't be that he wants us to honor him. It will be about his show that people can attend.
Yes,
and I think he has done certain things that's similar to the celebration and other stuff. So I think for that one he has done enough. And now with the holiday thing that Gideon is seeking clarification. We can declare it a holiday without getting any law to back it or whatever, because we don't want it to be like it's a holiday so nobody should work. No, I disagree with that. You can do your stuff if you believe in what he has done. If you want to contribute to honoring Reggie Rockstone, then that they do something to honor him. That's all. Not necessarily making it a public holiday with law backing it. No, that's where I stand.
Okay.
Even some of our holidays, I want to cancel it.
Some of them don't make sense. Now, Macomson Tete says, God bless you, Sammy. God bless you too. And Rich Lip says, we can celebrate him, but not a holiday. And that is what he wants to add to the discussion. Now, let's clear this particular one. We have spotted Patience Nyarko, who is a gospel artist, on an interview on CTV, I think, a program called Time with the Stars with Larry Bozils. Larry Bozils is that guy who designed his own English and he put it out. It is called Time with the Stars. And okay, this is TV Africa. Oh, Oh, sorry. This is the TV Africa one, and not Larry Bozzo. So it means TV Africa conversation. Sorry about that. I know now he's working on CTV now, so I thought that was it. Okay, so in the conversation, President Nyarko was talking about a possible collaboration with Shatta Wale because he thinks Shatta Wale is that guy who has done something that the youth have been loving. A good number of people have been following him. Like yesterday, we discussed Black Rasta asking about the impact Shatta Wale has had on his following or on his fans. And today, according to President Nyarko, Sheikh is saying that because of what Shatta Wale has been able to achieve for himself, we should find out how he did it. And because of that, he is willing, or she is willing, to do a collaboration with her. Now, the question we are asking is that here in our music industry, we have seen so many secular artists and gospel artists who have done such collaborations. How successful have they been? Or is President Nyarko looking for another opportunity to also cash in, knowing that, okay, Shatta Wale controls the numbers. If I do anything with him, it is likely to fly higher. Therefore, I'm going to benefit from it. Where do we see this conversation coming from? And even if they do it, what is the probability that after doing it, it is going to be successful? Watch the interview, except on the interview, and when we come back, we open up the conversation and you can also be a part of it.
Because, yeah. And if you say secular musicians here, why nanka or because, yeah. And if you say secular musicians here, why nanka or reaching out to you, I want to never born you. Oh, collaboration.
Yeah, my dream, but I would do collaboration with Shatta Wale for one thing.
I didn't hear.
Because me name the secret in as a youth no nyina I don't know. And Bible can say kwadufo konteti anchen ne kosua na akwan. Sometimes in 30 years no yes in 30 years.
Say no in your context in 30 years a Christian gospel musicians.
No, and 30 years betimi aye wiaseni a wo nyansa.
Anti okay, international Shatta Wale wo nyansa.
Yeah.
Inti wo pesa wo tap into Shatta Wale nyansa na
odenya crowd. Wisdom na odenya youth no.
Okay.
Me expect say a gospel musician betimi anya that crowd ni dinechi. That is our aim on it. Inti yet now ona Shatta nko atwe. Youth ni nyina man what are we doing? So I am a target, the guy is my target.
Okay.
Even the way or throwing you. Maybe I'm challenging.
Mega Junior.
Why? I am a target. The guy is my target.
Okay.
Even the way or throwing you. Maybe I'm challenging.
Mega Junior.
Why?
Mega Junior. Shatta Wale.
All right.
Because, yeah.
And if you say secular musicians here, why not or reaching out to you? I want to never born you.
All right, so you heard it from President Nyarko and Larry Bozos on TV Africa's show. Then I don't know the name of this show because I know about the other show, but I don't know about this one. So, Chemo, what is President Nyarko looking for? Real feature or wanting to tap into the numbers? And even if they do it, what is the probability that it will be successful?
Yeah, that one, it will be 50-50. I mean, probability of getting something out of what somebody is doing. It will also be based on your strength and how good you are to execute what you want to do. So it will be 50-50. Either you'll be successful and even do more, or you will fail trying to copy somebody. And I think it's a good idea to learn from the best and even add what you can add to them and then even make it more. And I think this is a good right thinking person. If you really want to do business and you know people who are succeeding in that business, it's better you learn from them before you add whatever you have to it. Nigerians will say follow who know road. Yeah, that statement. So I agree with her. She's a gospel musician, all right, but the music business is not different for gospel musician and something else for the secular musician. It's all music, and then the business aspect of it, I mean, is almost the same thing, just that we have people behaving differently for the gospel musician and then the secular musician, but it may interest you to know that those who are listening to gospel music, they are the same people listening to the secular music. So you can use the same strategy to win them. So if Patience Nyarko now wants to tap in the wisdom and even the business strategy of Shatta Wale, why not? It will be good for her to do that. And I think if she tries it, I don't know the factor that she will be bringing as an individual, but just looking at Shatta and how he does his thing and you want to copy, you have something, you have that 50% already. The other 50 is your own strength, your own thing that you add to it. So I think this is a good thing that anybody at all should learn. And then it shouldn't only be even musicians.
Okay.
Even other jobs, you can tap into somebody's just their work ethics, just how passionate they are about it. It's a form of motivation for you to do things. That's why sometimes we encourage even documentaries about how people became successful in whatever that they are doing. Because you can just watch that documentary, see the passion, see the things that they were so into for them to be successful. Copy the same behavior into different field altogether and still you can succeed. So I agree with Patience Nyarko, and I'll even extend it and say that anybody at all, any field that you are in, if you think that somebody is doing something right, you better learn from the person and add whatever you have, and you'll be okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Rita Sewa says, Patience Nyarko just wants to trend. Numero Uno says, Patience is business-minded. Kudos to her. Mark Compson Tete says, Shatta Wale is a genius. He is the best in the whole world. Frederick Apia says, she is not the first female gospel musician to say that. I heard PCA Esther too saying same on another platform. And Numero Uno says, people advocate for the Shatta brand to be studied in schools. It is just normal for Patience to be willing to learn something from Shatta. And Rich Lip says, sometimes being a copycat is the key. Who didn't copy in school? Okay. Okay, bro. What do you also see she is talking about? Like between the lines, what do you think she's talking about?
Well, I think she's made her intentions known. It is clear from her statements what she actually wants. You know, it's just a whole time crown. There's still an advantage to it. Yeah. Before I team the white. Yeah. It's so there's in everything there is still a positive in there. So I think that's what she wants to tap into, because there's that conversation about who is a gospel. Even there's that tag about who really is a gospel musician, and being a gospel musician, what does the gospel musicianship even entails? Because is it about what you say? Is it about the lifestyle you live, or is it about even what you believe in? That is what makes you a gospel artist, or that is what differentiates you from the secular musician. Yes, that is why some people even say Kofi Kenata and other people's songs are even gospel. So if she sees something good from Shatta Wale and she wants to tap into it, it is good. But then, like Chemo said, it is not a guarantee 50-50 that probably it is going to be a hit song. Like you said, like you asked, is it going to be successful? You know, success can be measured in different ways. What might be successful to you might look like a success to somebody. you understand? So maybe she is looking at a particular thing. Probably she's looking at a working experience. You know, some people don't need like 24 hours with you to know the kind of person you are, or to even know how you think. They just need like a 5 minutes or 2 minutes conversation with you, and they are okay. Then they will be able to learn a lot. And I think Patience Nyarko is one person like that. That is why even in her statement, you can clearly see that she's just looking to her. Another way of getting success is even having a working experience with Shatta Wale. Because in that particular environment, there are so many things that can be said. The man can spill so many secrets that you can even tap into, especially if you are smart. And this is somebody that has done something and is successful at it. He's tried and tested, like fine, finished. He graduates, now he's living in US board. It's part of it. So you can she can learn a lot, and it is not only with. It shouldn't only be with the gospel artists now trying to feature the secular ones. It is high time the secular artists also try to learn something from the gospel artists. Yes, even if it means you going to churches to perform like sometimes we see them do. You should. Okay. You should, because there are so many people who are also doing very, very well in the gospel fraternity. And if you think that yes, you can't find some people to connect with, just like Patience is looking for Shatta Wale to connect with on that level, and you think you can find some in the gospel fraternity, you should also make the move, because they also control numbers. Go and see people who even do worship medleys and other stuff on YouTube. They are controlling even more numbers than even some of our secular artists. That's true. And you ask yourself, how do they do it? So if you really want to know, this is the time that you have to get closer to them. Let's be smart, and let's not let our egos and our pride and whatever believe that we think we have override our, or cloud our sense of judgment and business ideas. Let's get closer to them. It is a very good strategy. If she doesn't learn how to make a hit, like a monster hit song out of it. I know she has so many hit songs, but like add to her repertoire of hit songs. If she doesn't get that, she's also going to get a very good working experience. She's going to learn a lot, even in terms of production, because we know Shatta Wale's talent it is not only limited to singing or only performing on stage, but he's even beat making and all that, and other stuff like the graphic design. The man is like a universal charger. So if you really get close to him, there are so many things that you can do. So it is not only with Shatta Wale. There are other musicians who are equally talented and are also controlling very good numbers in our space. So if you think that you want to achieve something and you have hopes of getting up there, and you think you can connect to somebody like either Shatta Wale, Stonebwoy, Sarkodie also. Raskuku has a song with Emoji. Sarkodie has a song with Emoji. These people have been doing serious collaborations, and it is working for them. Somebody is now following Raskuku because Emoji collaborated with him. Somebody is following Sarkodie simply because Emoji collaborated with him. And these things can happen, and you can win them one by one. So if you really have a vision, if you want to go fast, you go alone. You want to go far, you go with somebody.
Okay, Nana, come through before I read the latest comments.
Because I think it's a brilliant idea, and I personally love it. I want you to help me read Matthew chapter 9, verse 9 to 13.
Matthew
chapter 9,
also 4.
Verse 9 to 13.
Chapter 9.
Yes, Matthew chapter 9, verse 9 to 13.
Matthew, yeah?
Yes, chapter 9.
Matthew chapter 9, verse 9 to 13.
Yes,
okay.
Help me read it.
And as Jesus passed forth from thence, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the receipt of custom. And he said unto him, Follow me. And he arose and followed him. And it came to pass, as Jesus sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? But when Jesus heard that, he said unto them, They that behold need not a physician, but they that are sick. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. I will have mercy and not sacrifice, for I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Sorry, that's that.
Biblically. You see, the other day I was saying on this platform that I think Christian leaders are not getting some things right. In the sense that in our recent time, they make it look like there are some people that Christians don't even have to associate themselves with. But the ultimate goal of every Christian is to win souls for Christ. Okay. And the Christian body, the Christian kingdom everybody sees himself as righteous. So now, if you still want to run ministry, what it means is that your ministry is not for the righteous. It is for those that you classify them as maybe as a four or at the boy four. You understand? You said the or yara no na yema drew. We on yara be yema on here drew. So if today Patience Nyarko has been singing in the churches, performing and going here and there, rallies and all of that, and she has sat down to think that okay, Shatta Wale as a secular artist is controlling the youth with huge numbers. So how can she as a minister running a ministry tap into those, because that's her target as well. She wished that it is every minister's goal that they will get the youth to behave according to what the Bible says or how they live their lives. So how do you get the youth to behave like you? Today I can tell you Shatta Wale has gotten a lot of the youth to behave like him, or he has inspired or motivated them to think like him, especially when it comes to doing something for yourself. So if today Patience Nyarko, who is running a ministry, is saying that he has seen that thing and feels like he has to get close to Shatta Wale, not only to get a feature from Shatta Wale, but to tap into his wisdom, to draw the youth closer to the kingdom of Christ, then it's the best thing that every Christian should endorse. But in our space now, I know the kind of attacks that will go on Patience Nyarko if she should dare do that. And that is where the last sentence makes me very, very happy. Christ did not come for the righteous. He came for the sinners. Patience Nyarko as a minister is running her ministry not for any righteous person, but for those that have lost. He wants to bring them home. The lost sheep. She is hunting for the lost sheep. So if you even believe that Shatta Wale and his fans are the lost sheep, he is just going there to bring those lost sheep home. Those youths that she has seen Shatta Wale controlling, she wants to go there and give them that Christ message, that Christian message, that okay, when if you believe in Christ, or if you give your life to Christ, or if you live this kind of life, this is how you are going to be, or this is the kind of life you are going to enjoy. This is the kind of peace or joy you are going to enjoy in Christ. And that is exact. Shatta Wale is not doing anything different than that. Shatta Wale is also always motivating his fans that if you live this kind of life, if you motivate yourself, if you are determined and you move on, if you move on and you are focused and you work for the money and you do this is how you will enjoy life. It is the same thing, but maybe in different language or different words. So Patience is just going to go there and win souls to Christ. So why should any Christian or anybody who also believe in the same doctrines as Patience Nyarko be bored or become an opponent to such an idea? So it is for me it is a beautiful. I've always been saying that Bob Marley is the world's popular and the best gospel artist ever. Forget about the smoke. Maybe people will not look at that side or will not agree with me because of the smoking life bit. But if you look at the lifestyle, the life of Bob Marley, the kind of message that he carries, the things that he was preaching to people, how he rise against certain opposing forces and all of that. That is how every Christian should behave.
He was a prophet.
The love he wants to share, how he wants to humble himself even though he was very, very rich. That is how every Christian should live. So if today Patience Nyarko wants to do a feature, maybe he wants to just do the feature so that he can get that door open so that he can speak to Shatta Wale's fans. Because definitely if Shatta opens his doors for Patience Nyarko and they do a collabo and the song is out, definitely the fans will also jump on it. Now anywhere they will see Patience Nyarko, they would love to associate themselves, or they will see her as part of one of the affiliates of SM camp when it comes to the gospel industry. So it is a very good thing. People should not frown at it. I think we should encourage a lot of Christians should do that. We should stop being in our comfort zones as Christians.
Okay.
We should go to places where we think there are sinners, where we describe people as sinners. Let's go there and save those lives. That is how, that is the kind of Christ-like life Christ expects that every Christian should live. So it's a good thing. I want to even applaud her for putting out such a message.
Beautiful. Some of your messages and okay, so Shatta responded. Beautiful. I see. So Shatta responded that like the girl said, I'm even shedding tears. Let's do it for God. Hashtag on God. I'm ever ready. My sister President Nyarko, you have said what I want the world to hear. The souls for God is what I'm here for.
Not vanity.
Not vanity. God knows.
Exactly. No, it's true. It's true.
I said silly. That's
but still, patient Nyarko should be careful with his her people.
Okay.
Because Lady Prempe tried it and it didn't end well.
Yeah. And in fact, one of the questions that
the
gospel secular collaboration.
No, sometimes
and our own Nasi also suffered the same fate. Yeah.
The thing is that most of the time,
this is a good idea.
Shamu, most of the time, those people, most of them, they go in for the clouds, like the talkability, the bars around the person. He just wants to tap it. Like if you have a clear motive of going to do something very impactful, it will work. It will work. They are two great talents. When they enter into the studio, you can expect something good from them. So it is about the motive and the outcome, what patients will put in, that will determine the end result. It's not if you go in for just going in to feature Shatta Wale for media people to call you for interview, and then people will be talking about you on social media. It will end at a time. It won't even last for a week or a month. It will end. Another thing will come. But if there is that motive that okay, I want to do this, I want to impact the youth, Shatta Wale's fans this way, I want to do that gradually. Yes, it will work.
Oh, but Lady Pepe and Sammy wasn't a bad song.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Although you were here.
Yeah.
Although you were here. I remember that song very well. Let's read some new messages. And okay, so Gideon Boadi says Shatta music is gospel and an inspiration to many. And he comes again, says Shatta has also replied and said he's ready. Kwesi IFS says Sally should hear this. Rich Name says Shatta Wale doesn't need to open music school for us to know that he is an institution in person. Tilly Owusu says two-faced hypocritical Christians will say Shatta Wale is a worldly artist, but for all you know, Shatta Kra is more Christian than them. Kwesi IFS says she will love that link when she finds out how spiritual Shatta is. Numero Uno says Osofo Reagan. Preach on. Rita Seras Odi Reagan.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And Mike Compson Tete says, Brother Sammy, I want to ask. I want to ask that is Shatta Wale's song God is Alive not a gospel song? Okay. Mike Compson Tete comes again and says, for life is our life to a casket. Forget everybody. Bad man. Now Gideon Body says, I hope Nana Reagan is not saying Shatta is a sinner.
No, not at all.
Shatta knows God just as much as Patience. He is always preaching and praying about God to his fans. Now, Kwesi IFS says, oh, Black Rasta. Moas Platinum says, Nana, what do you mean by Shatta Wale is a lost soul? Mark Copsin Tete says, this gospel musicians should learn from Brother Sammy. Nana Regan never said Shatta is a lost soul.
No, that's not
the
understanding.
You guys should not take him there. And Flamenco. Now, Saturday is also in the news. Interestingly, before I introduce that, let me announce that if you still have plans of joining us to Dubai, then you should know that it is possible. We are wrapping up with registration latest by next week Friday. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Dubai for some 1 week. It is going to be a sightseeing, it's going to be a tour, we're going to learn, we're going to refresh our minds and come back more energized and stronger. And that is what we want you guys to know. So if you want to be a part of it, please call the number on the screen and let's always do it as we are doing it. And Shatta comes and says, the laptop, the reader. When the laptop is here, then you know that the agenda is live. I have seen a video of Sarkodie in an interview with a gentleman called Firesticks, and I am interested in what Sarkodie said. I'm interested in what Sarkodie said because he's talking about me. I'm interested in what Sarkodie said because he's talking about a bunch of media people that he thinks they have been stagnant, or better still, they have been statues. They are not making any moves. What am I saying? They are not making moves. Yet, they are on the back of musicians, always hitting them left, right, and center to do this and that. And I'm going to show you a set of that video. When we come back, we're going to open up this conversation. I'll be asking my people what they honestly think about Sarkodie's statement. Is Sarkodie right in saying what he's saying? What does he even want from the media people he's telling them this? Then we will have a discussion. I want everybody to be part of this discussion because Sarkodie is saying we media people, we sit on radio, we sit on TV, we sit on Sammy Flex TV, and we say that artists are not going international. They are not breaking boundaries. They are lost in their own grounds. They are only enjoying the fame here. So they should go international. But Sarkodie is asking you, you've sat on radio for 20 years. 20 years. You go international. You have not gone to BBC. You've not gone to Choice FM. You've not gone to Choice FM in London. You've not gone to Power FM or something in America. You are only in Ghana, sitting on radio every day. Now, musicians. Oh, come on, Sam. Oh, travel. Now the international there, who could be a channel. Also, could be. Now, in fact, he used Kwabena Dumor the late as an example. And I know it is going to be an interesting conversation. Let's watch the excerpt of the interview. When we come back, we open it up for discussion.
It's easy for somebody to sit on radio and talk, Shatta no do this, Sarkodie no do this. I'm not saying it's easy for somebody to sit on radio and talk, Shatta no do this, Sarkodie no do this. I'm not saying we don't have, we the artists, we have things we could do still, because every time there's like a step. But if you did radio for Ghana for close to 20 years, where if you come enter Choice for here or BBC, I don't think you have the moral right to talk about artists where they Ghana will no move. Because me I go BBC because Komla Dumor will make a go. Right. It's easy for somebody to sit on radio and talk, Shatta no do this, Sarkodie no do this. I'm not saying we don't have, we the artists, we have things we could do still, because every time there's like a step. But if you did radio for Ghana for close to 20 years, where if you come enter Choice for here or BBC, I don't think you have the moral right to talk about artists where they Ghana will no move. Because me I go BBC because Komla Dumor will make a go. Right.
It's a big conversation, honestly. It is a big conversation. I'm sure there will be good and there will be bad in it as well. So we're going to open it up and Beef Nation will start this for me. Beef Nation, they are not shit. I'm not shit. Sarkodie said, I'm not shit. I'll say, to me a board and tell to me a thing. Nyarko, there's Sarkodie kind of who listen. What do you think about it?
I don't think there's any sense in what he's saying.
Oh, headline.
Yes.
There is no sense in what's happening. You don't think there is any sense in it? Why?
If you take it from any angle, you see, maybe Sarkodie doesn't know. Has he ever sat down to think think about the reasons why always the media wants to talk about him or write about him? I was in this industry before Sarkodie came into the music space. I have been writing about Sarkodie for more than a decade. I am facing trouble even in verifying my social media handles because I don't have much news about myself. The last time I pushed in for that thing, that was the feedback I got. That I should write more articles about, I should write stories about myself. But this is me sacrificing my, yes, you think that I'm getting paid and doing all sort of, but I can still write news about myself every day and post it out. And that is where on like as some no babe can so or James are part no ho and can their outcome because all the media any music eto ase ya Ghana anoma no we are championing an agenda to push Ghana music. Everybody Anameboa. One na championing an agenda to push Ghanaian media to the globe. What that sorry? At so be doing come
so he says you should work hard like Komla Dumont worked hard, and he
that is where that example no here and then Emma the argument in the cry we cry.
I don't say Komla Dumont didn't call BBC.
On Casa Komla Dumont
no. But what he means is that Komla Dumont worked his way out and took him to BBC. Because if he didn't go there, how would he take him there?
Yeah.
So today, what he wants to say is that if somebody even works here at multimedia, at despite media, no when to me uncle BBC and I say we are, HSA one Bobra and I said,
yes. Also, what now 20 years?
Anything I'm saying, Jimmy, Brasam, yet are we not creating platforms to talk out? Yes. Nobody is selling the media. The media is selling people.
That's also a good point.
The media is selling our music. You are an artist who fall under that umbrella. So definitely, we will project you. It is our bonnie. That's all for say. And I say, the media as a watchdog criticizes and then you pick emotions and say, be any. So called the uncriticized politicians of Kroma. Why are assemblyman?
He does.
Why are assemblyman? Sa akode menim baby oko school but after the show the person me won say why me das why school prefect da me person me won say class prefect po a onya assemblyman poda but who to me question president how to rule a country enti na no so because wo sa akode onya politician da onya politics da onya enti uni moral rights because you have not gotten to that standard enti me uni moral rights say obe criticize politician and as do one crab to amanyo same one. How would it sound to you? Should Sarkodie become a politician, an assemblyman, MP, minister, answer with me criticize say leaders of this country? Now some now can indirectly turn the person because Nana Reagan has sat in this industry, entertainment industry, as a writer for over a decade on call BBC da, on call reader. Dubai crime code. Kata craft na me sponsors there. Enti dem me pese me chest akodi and say if that is the argument he is making then ono a ban on so many topics are only moral rights will be in an apokasa.
What?
If you compare, I say people will do that media and music comparison. Meti ha no must say I'm a power me sorry ya na me call boom play in Spotify to go and check YouTube music to check which Ghanaian songs are trending, which Ghanaian songs or which Ghanaian artists are doing well on the platform. Do you think that if say me person me join me one, I'll go on those platforms when I know I don't have a product there? And can me share me them me didi we are say juma bi na me ya me yema me hu we are na mada. But it is my job and I have that responsibility say to contribute. Say me so make Ghana music once all because I want the music to go out there and compete with other music that is out. I want our artists to be on the same level. And he said, "Me hunya maybe a ebema Bena boy ana any other artist or no fi baby akoja na ye kan." Enu nti no me ntu kwan da ntema menka. Na me ntu kwan ko bi me nko BBC nko chro, me nko chro ma Sam, the Sam. Ansa na metimi ehun say yendi nsem hunu wo YouTube. And I say yendi nsem hunu wo boom play and I say I mean, like, what is the sense in what he is saying? He said, Obi nko, Obi aye juma o Joy o say CTV on two kwan call for 20 years or yes, Obi aye juma for 10 years, 20 years. The reason why he be crop on two kwan call is because he's writing about you, Sarkodie.
No promote.
Promote. The concentration now is to promote.
And that is what has sustained you till now. When nema media ni nanja who asem nkomodi na wankasa nkasa chro who nsem na say wankasa nkasa no BBC ono no Kwamra Jomo. You think that Kwamra Jomo just waked up to Dumo, just waked up, the late Kwamra, may he so rest in peace, just woke up and then says BBC. It is because of the conversations the media is having about you. If the media is not talking about you, you are nothing. That is why today we have a lot of good talents in this space, your music industry, and they are looking for platforms to validate their music products and other things like that. That is the job of the media. It's media for any baby 30 years, 50. Look at this is even an insult to people like Papa. Man, we are no osabe lecture kaka showbiz editor na being that thing and those people. This is serious insults and disrespect to them.
He never put himself
on fan to newspaper front page that.
When he retired, that was the only time I know someone.
How have total insult to the man? Say one conquer man the son inti. He can't criticize. He doesn't have the moral right. Now, who told you say if to kwine and answer uncle ya who nisebe a dream a bin da utrim. I do say met me with a calculation when say dey I projections say dey we ni say a be farmer and so you say farmer. They should stop some that comparison no cry emfa. Emfa sa dey say obi a media until I say football. You do football. Everywhere there were 2 windows I say player transfer. And if you want to compare, then you can compare that. Say cry be what Ghana has team be baby deal. Now say musicians, you me try about musicians na obi. Kojo kin here obi kraponyum rendition. I post say when you record label a film. Obi bet natural about sa akode esa am obi ti baby. Ne oni ace would do na okoshe bo say obesi statue no. Onimhala it came about.
And I'll be wrapping up.
So some of these comments should not be coming from people like him. I expect him to know much better when it comes to the relationship between artists and the media. And shouldn't be disrespecting and insulting people like the Nana Benyi Das, because there are a lot of people who have passed through the media. Onya akonya akoye ejuma obi na BBC ejuma no when they say omo ti ono ma omo looking almost scouting for press guys.
No, they will.
But
it not be an agenda.
That's the point. Yes, that's the so it's not. But we have record labels that has even scouts to scout for talents.
And we even have international record labels looking for.
That's what I'm saying. So don't do that to comparison. Yes, who didn't call
I see. Thank you, Big Nation. Relax. Sorry. Now, Pecos Makaka says, "Good evening, sir. I know it's out of topic. I just want to know. I just want to ask how I can use coconut water because I've used the onion and it's working. Continue using the onion since it's working. Don't change it.
He should call the number.
No. He should continue using the onion. Jamo, the onion is working. We use the onion.
Onion, babe.
Yeah, crazy onion. No, why that? Don't change. Now, number uno says, Sarkodie is right in the way. Sometimes, if these journalists also go international, they can easily create the link for musicians to also go outside.
We sit here and we do that.
Sometimes the criticism is too much. Now, Tilly also says, Sarkodie cry tire for Black Rasta. We the indirect insult pound. Now, Gideon Body says, Sack is absolutely right. Everything that media personalities and pundits criticize musicians for, they themselves haven't done, even a fingernail of it. Number uno says, what Sarkodie said is that Dumont created the platform for him to get international interview. He said, if you guys go out, you could help the musicians too. Fidelis Osara says, Sarkodie might be saying something that most people don't know. It might be that some of the artists are not really making money from their craft. That might be one of the reasons why. Abubakari Sadiq Ibrahim says, how should one compare journalism and music this way? It is a not. Fred Apia says, Sarkodie said it all. The day that Sally girl was ranting and insulting Shatta, I said to myself, where has she got into with her career to tell someone he is a local champion? MATV says, cool. Kojo King says, Nana, do and travel some keke. Now, Shatta Kobe says, oh, Nana, this your comment there, down flat, oh, because we elect the politicians to serve us with our taxes, oh. Number Uno says, he's saying that our media and journalists should also aim high. They should grow their they should grow their reach so that in doing so, they could also help the musicians. We criticize so much without providing the needed support. Ibrahim Elias says, if Nana says that he himself doesn't make sense, if Nana says that, then he himself doesn't make sense. For you to face the fact and work hard to make a move, you are then saying sack doesn't make sense. Massa, come out there. Abubakari Sadiq Ibrahim says, to be honest, sack didn't make sense at all. It is not an insult. Tilly also says, Nana Reagan, Sarkozy's comment is in the context of what Black Rasta and Sally said. Sarkozy pays tax and vote too, so he has the moral right to criticize the government. Number Uno says, so if I get Reagan well, what he's saying is that the media and journalists don't need to grow. I think he doesn't understand what Sark is saying. Moas Platinum says, I think Ghana media gives pressure to the musicians too much. From bullying to not writing good songs, especially one media house be that I know. And Kojoki says, Obuwa. Shatta says, whilst the Nigerian gatekeepers are positioning themselves in today's world music business, YouTube, Spotify, record labels, and other huge platforms as secret fanatics of artists. Kojoki says, journalist has been in Ghana for 500 years, but will insult musicians to go international. What already? Frederick Appiah said, what Sark meant was to say it is not easy to penetrate to the international level. So the media should stop putting pressure on artists. Number Uno says, Sark is saying that if our journalists go out, they could also create a link to help our musicians. If you don't see his vision, then keep quiet. Sark didn't say they should write for BBC. Moas Platinum said, Nana Reagan is out of context. Gideon Body, you see how much it hurts to be told the truth about yourself, Nana? Take your own advice and stop taking it personal. Number Uno says, you guys were in Ghana saying that Nigerians working at Twitter were controlling the trend. Same thinking behind what Sark said. It's about time we have Ghanaians also working in some high places. Ibrahim Elias says, Nana didn't say anything sensible. Massa, you are just angry. Rich Lip says, every Ghanaian doing English studies. Compare and contrast them. Gideon Body says, you sit on TV and radio and criticize our musicians. You are a local champion. You are not international. How does it feel? Fidelis Osara says, it might also be that the media are not asking them the right questions when they interview them. Sarkozy has reasons for saying that. That one I want to disagree. When Manifest went to BBC, he was asked about beefing and listening songs. I'm sure if Manifest himself had gone to a local radio station and the presenter asked him, I'm sure in him he would say, oh, why are you asking about beef? And I'm here to promote my song. So questions there. It depends on which drive you want the interview to go. In fact, I even ask the artist about what he's wearing. Because maybe in the interview you want to pay attention to fashion. So there's nothing like someone not asking the right questions. Abubakar Sadiq Ibrahim says, come to think of it, when we say international, what do we mean? Right now, Sammy Flex is international. If Propel other side of the world are watching, BBC is international because we listen. Andrew Bolton says, hey guys, I hope I'm not late. Andrew, you're not late though. And Andrew Bolton said, why are you all coming for Nana Reagan? It's his submission. If you think it's not right, go and open a TV station, YouTube, so you can also be a panelist and give your submission. Now, Derek Ima says, and because the Nana Reagan, forget them. Bro, Nyarko from the angle. Yeah.
Sarkozy has made a very good observation. And I think this shows how handicapped our system is. You see, nifa dware benkum na benkum dware nifa. But in our country, nifa dware benkum na benkum abeka kire nifa say who aye flinti wusu dware wo bi. That's what Sarkozy is saying. Okay. You see, we live in a country whereby I recently I never see me dream. I was asking myself, say, the musician wakes up and go like, the media should give us attention. The movie star or the actor also wakes up and says, the media should give us attention. The comedian wakes up and says, designers. The media should give us attention. And I ask myself, so who gives the media attention?
Sarkodie will give us in his Jam album.
Who gives the media attention? You see, in our quest to go international, you see what the likes of Sarkodie and other people are forgetting. Or when Sarkodie makes such a statement, what he's forgetting is that the people that he's saying gave him all those links international. They're not just, it is not about you working hard and going there. It is about you pushing somebody, for somebody to recognize your effort and also help you to another level. Who is Sarkodie help for the media inside? Has Sarkodie recommended any of our media guys on an international level before? If he has, then he should come and say it. Because when we open up the conversation about the number of media people who have recommended some of our artists internationally, somebody is here. Sammy Flex is here. Sammy Flex TV is here. Has never seen Beyonce before. Has never seen Jay-Z before. But when Beyonce wanted a piece of a video for her collaboration with Shatta, contacted Sammy Flex TV. So what is Sarkodie trying to say?
Nobody has to work with BBC before.
Yes, we have to work with BBC before. Then Sarkodie at this point should not grant any interview to any local station or any local media house. Because we can't compare our size to that of BBC. When he releases his project, he should go to BBC and Al Jazeera for promotion. That is what he should do. If that is what he's saying, then when he releases his project, he should go to those people for promotion. I mean, really, he has exhausted our space. We were with him when he was down. Now that he is at the top, he feels that, okay, we've not been to the top, so we don't know how it feels like. So we don't even have the moral right to tell who is at the top how they should behave, or how their behavior is even affecting us down here. Because if upon all the effort the media has done in pushing some of these artists to the international level, none of them has gone on any international platform to even big up one media house, then it is a shame. It shows how handicapped our industry is and how selfish we can be at a point. Because yes, you see, Sarkodie says something unawares, but he insulted himself unawares. Because if he's saying it was the late Governor Dumont that introduced him to BBC, you see, when he got up there, if he has introduced somebody, it is a fellow musician, in order to grow the music industry. He didn't introduce.
There is also one Sapon who also went to BBC from Joy FM.
Yeah.
So, was it a musician's recommendation? It is not. No. So Sarkodie coming to say that, oh, the fact that you are not here doesn't even give you the moral rights. Now the you see, so if and by the way, we are all in a competition one way or the other. The media here is indirectly even in a competition with the media out there. Fair enough. But with the craft or the position that you've placed yourself, you are always competing with people on a different tangent too, where you need our support. In our competition, yes, we need your support too, but we don't ask you. Knowing very well we need your support at a point too, but we don't ask you. But you also expect us to see that you also need our support and come and so that we should come and support you. Like, so if the media doesn't talk about an artist, the artist will come will go like, oh, the media know they support you. They are not having a day. Lately, the conversation on entertainment spaces be bogus, because it is either they are talking about slave queens, or they are talking about people, TikTokers, or they are talking about people who are shaking their ass and breast, and that we are not talking about them. If you think the media is so mediocre and nobody has been able to achieve something, and that means their impact is not as relevant as you think. So they don't have any moral right to talk about you. Then why is it that when they don't talk about you, you have a problem? Because I believe something that you don't regard, when the thing doesn't come to you, it is not a bother to you. You don't complain. If I don't regard this water and you throw this water away, I have no reason to come and complain.
Okay.
So Sarkodie should come again. In fact, it is a very unfortunate statement coming from him. If the likes of Dr. Duncan and other people who gave him the platform to be where he is now hear some of these statements, this is even a huge insult to them. Because these are people who have sacrificed. It is just like the media telling the likes of the legendary Michy Dede and some pioneers in our space that because they don't get Grammy, they don't get Grammy, they don't have the moral right to criticize Sarkodie or to criticize Burna Boy when Burna Boy is singing and goes off key. Because Michy Dede has not won a Grammy before, he doesn't have the moral right to criticize Burna Boy, which is not so right. So Sarkodie should come again.
Wow. Interesting comments. The debate on YouTube is really interesting. Okay, Gideon Body says Nana Reagan is always defending and deflecting. He did not say don't talk about musicians. Okay, he did not say don't talk about musicians. He is saying look at yourself as a media personality. What have you accomplished? Now Andrew Bolton says Gideon Body, please don't say that. It is not fair. If you don't agree with him, give your point and that's all. Numero Uno says every day you are criticizing them. You want them to help push you. Andrew Bolton says Gideon, no one has it all. Someone is also bigger than you. So stop that, please. Tilly Ozu, Andrew Bolton, it is his opinion too. Please allow him. Andrew Bolton, Tilly Ozu, he should also know that it's also Nana Reagan's submission. So he shouldn't have said that. Numero Uno says Roland, you are also deviating. Shatta Kobe says, hey, you guys have taken the thing personal. Anita Kesley-Oba First Doctor says, I totally agree with Mr. Andre, Mr. Gideon, with all due respect. Frederick Appiah, when we say you should go international, it doesn't mean you should travel. Your works can take you there. We are Ghana, and we hear of many journalists outside the country. Anita Kesley-Oba First says, Mr. Gideon, if you don't agree with Nana Reagan, it is unfair to insult him. Numero Uno says, SAC is saying that the media should be circumspect in their criticism. The issue of going international applies to both the media and musicians. It is as simple as that. Tilly O says, maybe because I'm not in the media space, it is hard to understand why you all pundits are so defensive and taking it personal like that. Gideon Body says, I'm revolting. It was a general statement and personal comment to Nana, but Nana got very personal. Numero Uno says, look at how you are all mentioning BBC and CNN. Are they in Ghana? Is it the same way we mention Adom Enjoy on international space? Did he say that? Going international doesn't apply to only musicians. Frederick Appiah says the fire is burning some people in a professional way. The fire is burning some people in a professional way. Kojoki says Gary Al Smith is breaking international boundaries in the sports fraternity. Journalists just create international links. Rich Lip says, Nana Reagan. Gideon Body says, I did not insult Nana. Make it clear. Someone said, well, BBC and CNN mention us. No. CNN and BBC won't mention us. Wait.
Beyonce's documentary will mention us.
They won't even mention Adom FM or City TV or any TV because their focus is not just Ghana alone. If City TV or Adom FM is in the news for some reason, they will mention them. But with City TV and Adom TV, their concern is Ghana. That is why even if there is American news, they will also go for it. So the fact that we are mentioning them doesn't mean anything. If one day, I'm coming. If one day Adom FM or Adom TV is also in the news, they will mention them.
Let me ask this question.
But it is
I'm just asking this question before Chemo will come in. Do you know that if today Sarkodie is announced as a Chocolate City UK artist, we will all discuss and write news about it?
Yeah.
That Sarkodie know have worked for Chocolate City UK before.
If he doesn't know.
No, but
so you don't say those things. You don't talk like that.
Someone said that going international doesn't mean that you travel and go and work at BBC or whatever. But it is.
We have worked with some of the companies there before.
Yes,
so what I say?
So when somebody writes,
and here is international.
When somebody
international platform.
So when somebody writes a very good article about them. And they go out there seeking for sponsorship and deals, and they want reference points.
They come here. They will come and pick my article and
use those. Okay, let's listen to Chemo on this finally. Chemo.
Yeah, I think what Sako there said, you can see in one way we say is frustrated talks. When somebody says something that you know is so wrong, and you want to reply and you are not careful, you will say some of these things.
Frustrated talk.
Talk, yes. As a why I didn't say na kweka family. So in your quest to banter or give something against that thing, then you start talking in a way that later you sit back and say, nah, means someone can say. That's what is happening to Sarkodie. I mean, the comparison, it doesn't work like that. It's not like it's easy for anybody to work for BBC, like it's easy for any musician to go international. It's two different things altogether. So if you do such comparison, it's the same as saying, say, when some people or when those of us listening to your songs say that, hey, this is a banger, this is a good song, look at how smooth it is, your rap is what. Are we rappers or are we musicians? We are not. When you say good things about you, you won't talk like this. When people say bad things about you, then you are going the other way. I mean, that's not a fair comment to make. And the reason is simple. One, the comparison wasn't right. And then the two, even in your quest to correct some people that you think they are saying something bad, you don't use such comparison, which will make even your case wrong. I mean, I will agree with him that there are some journalists or there are some people who criticize you in a way that it's not good, or I mean, we can't take it anywhere, like the way Sally did to Shatta Wale. But I will not agree with Shatta Wale to come and say, you journalist or you pundit, what do you have, what do you know? I will not agree with Shatta to say that. Because Sally Eko can be there. Yes, a lot of journalists may be doing that thing to you. So yes, you have every right to also counter them. But to you say, okay, Munsumunko International. I mean, Onimhawa journalists Eko International. We have a lot of journalists in Ghana here reporting for Al Jazeera. Gary has made a typical example. Manasseh, their works, BBC, CNN, they've been picking it. So what? Yes.
Even Acrobato.
So like so going international. So going international as a musician is different from going international as a journalist. So if you do that comparison, it won't work. Going international as a musician is different from going international as a journalist. Because even the broadcasting stations like the BBC, CNN, they have a limit, the number of people that they can take. While going international, there's no limit there. If BBC have a nipa 100, now may 100. No matter how good you are, or Ghana, you can't go international. If you going to BBC is your international, you can't. But can we say same for musicians? Do we have limit for a number of musicians who can go international? No. And in the end, but I get his point that there are some criticism that is not fair to them. The pressure that we put on them sometimes is not fair. But if you want to counter such argument or such criticism, you don't also go the opposite direction, which will also not good enough. And so I think it's not good coming from him for him to do that kind of comparison in the first place. Okay. He could have done it better. The way some of them criticize, yes, even our own colleague, we also criticize them here. the same way some people also criticize us, like the way some even giving it to us right now on the platform. Yes. So if we are all going to use Sarkodie's analogy or Sarkodie's example, we can also put it to them. If you think it's easy, go and create your own YouTube platform and then get your own numbers before you come and criticize us. It doesn't work like that. If you go that way, then we shouldn't even be having this program for you to be watching. We are here as pundits. We know how to talk, and we are here. You two watching, yes, to talk about, and you two watching, you know how to watch. That's why you are watching us, and you have every right to comment about the things that we say here. And we will not have any right or moral right to come and say that we are pundit. Have you been pundit before, and you are criticizing? No, that will not be a fair comment. For us to tell our audience to say, so more criticizing, why a pandit to that? Do you know what it takes to be a pandit?
You are not making sense.
Yes, it wouldn't be a fair comment for us to tell our audience. The same way it wouldn't be fair for Sarkodie to tell media houses. Yes, but I agree that sometimes some media people and even us, in our quest to criticize, we can go overboard. And if you want to, criticize us or also correct us, you don't go the direction that he went. So one, I think Sarkodie, the statement is wrong. It doesn't work. He should come up with a better way to do it. Apart from Communal Domo that you are mentioning, we had Jefferson Saki at some point, even Love and Seek from Kumasi and others. We have people who have been there before, but the thing is that they can't take all journalists in Ghana if they want to.
Even those who have been there, how impactful
have they been? And the point is that even if all journalists in Ghana says they want to go international, it wouldn't be possible because there's limitation to it. But in the case of musicians, there are no limitations. And criticizing you don't need to be a musician to criticize musicians. The same way Sarkodie doesn't need to be a media guy to criticize media people, but you should do it accordingly. And in this case, I think he didn't do that thing right for using that kind of comparison. But I will agree with him to say that the kind of criticism coming to them gives them unnecessary pressure. Sometimes even our info that we are basing on to criticize is not okay, like it's not good enough to base on that and all that. You can go that direction and some people will agree with you. One thing is clear, when you look at the kind of comment that we are getting here, they are all basing it on the fact that one journalist or some journalist has criticized somebody unfairly. So he has every right to also give it back to them. It's the same thing. The same thing that you people say that a journalist is doing and it's not good. It's the same thing that Sarkodie is also doing. And now where do you stand? If you want to do it right, we should do it right. You have anybody at all, you have every right to criticize. But when you don't criticize it in the right way, we will give it to you the same way.
This story says Pope Skinny's hot cake tops chat on BBC One Extra.
I was an international journalist behind this thing.
You wrote the story?
Not just wrote the story. How the song even got there. That is why they captured my comment in the story. It is not just this one. Sometimes if you're a journalist, you can't write about yourself and your works and what you've done, the platforms or the people you are even writing for and all of that. Like I said, I have worked for Chocolate City UK before. Worked for a lot of international artists, comedians, actors. But we don't write about it. Sarkodie should take a pen and come and write about me.
Okay, let's read the final comments and we run away and Kojo King says Nana Reagan is a local journalist. And Kojokin, upcoming artist. Listen up. Kojokin, you upcoming artist. When you get there, you don't go international, you see. Kojokin says I'll go. Rick says Kojokin is already international because he signed to an international label. That is Greenville Records, baby. Now, Numero Uno says, no, Brasami, so who told you every musician also aims to go beyond Ghana? Is it a must that every musician goes international? Yes, so then if they say go international, you can say you don't
want to go. Yes.
It's so simple. Anita Keskeruba says, Mr. Gideon, with all due respect, you echoed that what has he accomplished? I thought it was a bit harsh. That's my humble take. And reported says, Mr. Gideon, please accept your mistake and just apologize or else Kojokin says more fire. And reported says, yeah, that's Kojokin has an album. A cover song is not even considered. So basically he's not an artist but a sensation. Hey, relax. Kojokin says, be kind to me, be kind. Shatta says, now Nana is bringing out his credential. Nana to you think SAC doesn't know how journalists go international, but does the media know how musicians go international? If you are good, you go international. It is the same principle. Bubakar Sadiq Ibrahim says, but what's the yardstick for measuring who is international and who is not? If Nigerians are watching you guys right now, then you go international. Of course, they have been insulting us too. And report that some of the TX citizens have no idea about country ruling, but don't they always insult the president when things get tougher in GH? So please, Nana's example was perfect. Number Uno says, if you are good, the international space will find a slot for you. It's as simple as that. There are no different principles for musicians and journalists. Bubakar Sadiq Ibrahim says, if it is about watching for BBC or CNN, is what sacked me, then he lost it. How many journalists in Ghana can BBC and CNN even employ? Tilly also says, Sarkodie's comment was indirectly insulting, and I do understand why the pundits feel attacked and are very defensive, and maybe Sark could have weathered it better. Case closed. Next topic, please. Kojoki says, local journalist equals local musician. And because you guys are lucky I don't have money. Like, I was sponsored a nice Dubai trip. Hey! And when he comes back,
you see.
And then when he comes back, I'll take him also to America and Germany. Nothing in Lisa's too much. She did it. I didn't translate in G.
And you go be
background local musician. And Tilo says, Kojokin, I beg you cry. Yeah, you are an upcoming, yet to be known municipal champion. And I don't look out.
Assemblyman cry.
Says local journalism creates local musicians. It is as simple as that. Look at how Nyantechi was opening doors for Ghana football until number 12. Having Ghanaians in high places sometimes help a lot. And Tilio says, and revolting, let's do a contribution for him. Please, I have more of him in you, so don't mind anyone. And and reporter says, yes, I'll bring 10 you. How much can you? Sorry. Shatta says, Roland and Chemu will bring your credentials. Richly, God bless you. Tilo says, and reporting 10 pounds, 10 euros. That's like $10 out. And reporting says, when I said nothing, Elisa's stomach, you understand. And reward you are mad. I said nothing. Charlie, we have to wrap up. Let's wrap up. Final comment.
Yeah.
But we had some interesting stories to do, but it is 10. We have to go and sign Kojo's deal and do our Friday ritual. So
yeah.
We can only
so I would say that we all have the right.
But this is our conversation here. It has to continue. We need to open it up and ask more opinions.
Of course.
More opinions from media people too. Let's listen to what they are also saying on this.
I'll end by saying we all have the right to criticize people. regardless of our background, or whether we even have something to show for like credentials or not. We have the right to do so. But there's a way to do it. I mean, when you come out with your points and how you defend it will show whether we should take it or not. But if you are not happy with criticism and you also go the opposite direction, the same thing will happen to you. So, I mean, we can all agree that sometimes some people are not fair to him. But the same way at this point in time, he was also not fair to some people, especially journalists. With his statement. So it goes both ways.
All right. Nina says, I don't know why the Nariga is getting paced. That is how the musicians also feel. The pressure is too much. Slow down on them. Honestly, they are trying. I don't think they also don't want to be. Nina says on that level. Coventry Pinto says, it's now your guys have to think deep and stop talking about our musicians. After all, they are trying their best. Right. Yes, Nana, we are wrapping up.
Yeah, like I said, I did not see any sense in the comparison. I still maintain that point because, like I said, some of us, we've done things. If that is how they want to say a journalist has gone international, you've been seeing your works as a writer, seeing your works on certain platforms, and then some of us we've passed international. Just that we don't talk about it. We don't write about it. Even I think the beginning of this year, you've been echoing that we should start writing about ourselves what. That is what even gave me a reason to even start documenting some of my things. You understand? So that records are there. Me, I have worked with Ricky Davis. You are aware. PR, and I've done a lot of international stuff for people. I've sat here and I've worked for this Nigerian artist, Pato Rankin, several years. But I don't write about. I will not come and sit here and be bragging with it. So if you want to make any point like that, if you have a problem with the way the media criticizes you, make a point, make your argument. But the comparison doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Ro, say something finally and let's run.
As I mean, criticism is an intellectual discourse, and you can't just come and say anything anyhow because you have an opinion. Yes, everybody has the right to criticize almost anybody, but then the depth of your intellect will determine whether you are bringing something on board or not. And if you feel somebody has criticized you in a very bad way or in a negative manner, and you want to counter, make sure that you bring a better argument. Yes, you need to floor the person hands down. So me, I was expecting Sarkodie to have come differently, and even to the extent that mention some of the things that people have said about them that he thinks that okay, this was too harsh. This wasn't supposed to have said. You shouldn't have said this in this manner or that manner. Then we can have a conversation. Then you know that okay, on this level we were harsh on you. On that level, we think you could have done better. There is room here, there is room there for improvement. So, if we have a very good intellectual discourse, I think we will grow the industry, and that's comparison there, down flat.
Okay. Tilly also says, Andrew Bolton, laughing at Andrew Bolton's comment. Number Uno says, Sack is criticizing and you are crying, but you think you have the right to criticize. The musicians should hit more on the media. Frederick Appiah says,
which medium?
No.
Frederick Appiah says, a media station I know will watch this show and discuss it tomorrow. Reggie says, we love you all and have a great weekend. Number Uno says, growth applies to everyone and all professions. It doesn't only apply to musicians. And Kwesi IFS says, the platform is on fire. Tilly also says, how much is the Dubai trip anyway? Wow, Tilly.
12,000.
Relax. I am afraid to do.
Shocking me.
Tilly, how much is a big deal, but not a big deal. In fact, if you say that you want to even support someone with half, the person will appreciate it. Of course, one of our viewers, Dr. Anita, has actually sponsored two of our people. Chemo, she sponsored Chemo and she sponsored MC Marco. So if you also say, oh, I also want to sponsor another Reagan or Roland or even Roland, take half and support yourself. Why not? We would appreciate it. So how much? They don't bother like that. It is just 12,000. 12,000 Ghana cedis, not dollars. 12,000 Ghana cedis. And the little you come through with, you would appreciate it. Now finally, Andrew Bolton says, let me see if I can go take loan for another Reagan. Saying their queen is dead. They are mourning, so they won't care. Who better even said it all? Andrew, you are my man of the night. I'm glad you don't know. They won't care, give it to you. You are crazy. Another Reagan is Joe Hendricks. The Hendricks internationality.
Oh, gosh.
Rich League said they cancelled Premier League. No, they didn't cancel Premier League. I hear they cancel. They postponed. No. But I've seen another story that says
postponed.
They can still play it. Maybe another counter story has come.
But council is
no.
Postponed.
Yeah, no, I've even seen another story that says they can go ahead and play
this weekend.
I don't know about this weekend, but I've seen another
story.
It
is not this weekend.
Yeah,
this weekend they are not
playing, but probably not this weekend.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being a part of the show, and we also want to, on behalf of the whole team, say thank you to Nuruddin Nashiru or Nash and Nuruddin. God bless you so much for signing on our brother Kojo King. So Kojo King is about to launch his music career big time. Now, those who think that Kojo King is a municipal artist, watch out! When we come back from Dubai, we drop the first song, you guys will bang. It's going international, no tweet about that. And our record label is called Greenville Records. We are doing the official signing today, and after, boys will sit down and celebrate the win. And we want to give all thanks and praises to Nash once again, who is also based in the US of A. I'm sure at the right time we will show him to you and to show him to the world. And Greenville Records will be big. That one we know. I also want to say thanks to the production team. The guitar rasta is called Currency. He handled Cabra. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. Emmanuel Lapiji is the producer. Gideon Nilam Tessin is our creative director. Now, some story says, he said postpone, sorry. The government said they can go ahead, but the FA decided to postpone it. Yes, I saw that story, that's how they could go ahead. Dribble to say, yeah, guys, please do live always, so I come. That's the only time I comment. Okay, Fridays we'll give you live, no shaking. Tilo says, well, I'll see what God will do as wow. Tilo says she will see what God, and the last time someone said she will see what God will do, God did! They didn't believe me. They didn't believe Tilo would do it, but God did! And Andy says, me too, I'll go international when I sign into the two records. They didn't buy my green about me overshadow into the but still, and for the kids, Kotako for life, Nana Rega, Chief Luca, Defender, Nana Fioko. Remember, guys, thank you so much. It's a Friday. It has been a wonderful weekend with you guys. We will surely bounce back on Monday. But one thing is for sure, more showbiz content here on the show. Let me say thanks to Team Dodi Solomon, Nana Reagan, and Roland Amate. My name is Sammy Flex. If you love this, tell others about them, about the show. Share the link to them and tell them that challenge. This is the best platform online that you can enjoy showbiz. We will meet you some other time. Bye.